Welcome to Awakening You channel. If you appreciate what we do, please support us. Thank you. Dear sons and daughters of planet Earth, I am Sananda. I want to start this week by commenting with you on a subject that is raising a lot of doubt in everyone's hearts. What is meditation? Meditating is making yourself available to your higher self. It's like you saying to him, I'm ready, or I'm ready to receive any and all guidance that needs to be given to me. And the higher self, depending on your path, makes it happen. Makes what happen? A total state of relaxation, a total state of empty mind, a connection with the angels, a connection with beings of light. It doesn't matter, there is no rule, there is what is good and necessary at that moment for each person's journey. Meditating is getting out of control of your own mind, letting yourself be carried away by other dimensions, by other connections. When you connect with a being of light, your vibration increases, because that being of light, many times, it's not that he can't, but he prefers to raise your vibration for contact, rather than lower it to vibration. Where are you? So, when you make contact with some being, you raise your vibrations to a dimension where this contact is possible. Let's say you leave the third dimension, and the being also lowers its vibration a little, to be in contact with you. So it's like you met halfway. So it is a very important moment, because this elevation of your vibration causes your physical body to begin to accelerate some processes, exactly to adapt to that dimension. And if you maintain the habit, if you maintain the belief, if you formalize a meditation constantly, every day you take a step further, you move from that middle, to a little further on. Until for some, it reaches the point of actually being in the dimension where the being of light is, such is the height of the vibration emanating at that moment. So meditating is not difficult, meditating is not impossible. Everything that is new to you, you have resistance. Many internally say that they can't do it, because they are afraid of what they might find on the other side. So I will reaffirm what I said at the beginning of this conversation: meditating is an encounter with your higher self. So if you are a soul of light, a soul with an enlightened heart, your higher self will never allow you to encounter something undesirable on the other side. Now if you vibrate low, if you are a person with little love in your heart, if you are that person who doesn't care about your attitudes, your habits, and decides to meditate, what happens? First, your vibration will be very low, so your own higher self will also move away, your masters, your guides, your angels, also move away. So at that moment in meditation, when you would be in direct contact with your higher self, the distance is very far because you are emanating. And then what happens? Some beings can enter halfway, beings of little light for sure, and many sometimes pretend to be beings of light. So where am I going with this? You often ask, is what you are seeing real? Is what you are hearing real? Is what you are feeling real? So I answer, the first question you should ask yourself is, how is your vibration? Are you vibrating loud? Are you vibrating love? If you answer yes to both questions, be sure that your meditation will be a success, because your higher self will be there in front, taking all the necessary measures for the moment. Now if you are vibrating low and are going to meditate, be careful, because you could be attracting anything but beings of light. And then you hear as if they were beings of light because they are extremely cunning. But when you hear what you hear, something in your heart doesn't beat. It's as if you are feeling that something is wrong there. Why? If they are so cunning in pretending to be beings of light, how do you feel that something is wrong there? Because you are beings of light, just at that moment, at that instant, you were not okay, you were upset, hurt, sad, angry, a moment of imbalance, and then you opened the door to receive unwanted guests. That's how it works. So, as a rule I would say to you, when you are strange, you are not emanating joy, because the first feeling that appears when the vibration is not good is anger. It's that feeling of displacement, as if you weren't happy to be there at that moment. When they feel this, it is not feeling more angry that they are feeling this, the remedy is simply to pray. Say a sincere prayer, ask Father or Mother God to illuminate your thoughts and your heart. Ask your masters to remove these bad energies from your heart. And when you do this, with a lot of faith, with a lot of belief, you will realize that little by little the joy returns, you feel very involved in that moment again and feel like meditating. And then yes, you will be attracting beings of the highest light. This is not to say to you that you always attract beings of low vibration. No, you only attract when you yourself are not well. So now, you know how to do it. At the time of meditation, if you are not feeling joyful, happy, pray a lot, until you feel that way. Don't do meditation with this feeling of anger, because you won't attract good things. Remember, the beings that protect you are close when your vibrations are high. And the opposite is also true, they move away when the vibration is low, allowing you to connect with low vibrational beings. I hope you understood very well what I explained. And from there, understand why it is not advisable at this time for you to do group meditations. Do you understand why? So I'll explain a little more. When a group meditation is scheduled, who is participating? Who is doing that meditation? You know? Do you know one by one? Normally there are thousands and thousands of people there. How many are happy and loving, how many? And what prevents people who are not from the light from also participating in meditation? What prevents? Anything. So do you realize the risk you are taking? Do you now understand? No one here is saying it shouldn't be done, it's just a time of caution, because everything is being done to hinder the action of the light. So I ask a question, how many of the non-light will participate in this global marked meditation? How many? Tell me how many, and what will they emanate? I want you to ask yourself this question and answer it. When we say that you do individual meditations, it is because each person doing it in their own time, at their own moment, is not potentially dangerous. Even if they try to do it with each one, it's not as dangerous as everyone doing it at the same time. Now, when a being of light leads meditation, what happens? We are not weak, we have our strength. So our strength is such that even if these non-light beings participate in meditation, because I tell you that they participate, they achieve nothing, because our energy of love, our energy of light, does not allow anything that they emanate from being multiplied to disrupt what is being done. So I hope that with this explanation, any doubts will be resolved. Stop the silly questions you continue to ask, even though you have already been warned. Why do you insist? Why don't you believe what is said at first? It seems like you have to ask several times to believe it. So I say that this is a lack of faith, it is a lack of trust in what is said. It has already been said here, what doubt is, it is a lack of faith. So he who asks, he who doubts, he who did not really believe, does not trust, he does not trust what the being of light said, because there was someone else who said differently and doubt was overcome, so don't trust. At this point in time, this was no longer to happen. Or do you trust what is said or why you continue? Because whoever listens and gets carried away by other ideas and doubt arises, doesn't trust. And there is no point in hearing these words, saying, I trust. No, I'll repeat it 1,000 times, you don't trust, because if you did, you wouldn't ask, if I trusted, I wouldn't have any doubts. I hope that with this explanation, you have understood once and for all why. And don't ask any more. There are no more doubts. The time is no longer for doubts. So I repeat again, those who have doubts do not trust. And then I'll say this, time is passing and how many things do you still have doubts about? How many things do you still need proof of to trust? Clock is ticking. I would say that you need to find the way, that you need to find the faith, the trust, because deep in your hearts, it is not yet strong enough. So seek the path, whatever path of light it is, to have this faith and this 100% trust. But do it quickly, because time is passing. I hope everyone understood, and that there are no more comments or questions about it. I was very clear in everything I said. Now it's up to you whether or not you trust what I'm saying.